Uh, using Southeast for example, for over the years, Southeast has been voting for PDP or different political party. Are you all those
Is
who
there
all
is
those who
there
are what
is
will
there
be on board?
do you plan to speak to the topic at any
No,
point?
no, no. I'm speaking to the topic, but I'm giving a reference. I'm speaking to the topic because people come on here and say, "Hey, some people are in the coalition that if Obi is not, they are going to change." That is a very bad. And this guy was saying laughing. That's why Turnover got angry. The guy know what he's doing. That's APC tactic, propaganda, sentiment, bigotry. That is APC. That is the only thing APC thrive on. Forcing people to, oh, you must be this. That's what APC is doing. So the coalition people, the coalition leaders are not going to use the same format with APC, right? They are not going to use the same format because APC knows the format. Tinubu himself is the master of propaganda, knows the format. He knows all these things. He knows all these things. And if they are going to use the format, let me say, if anybody is telling, oh, they must use format of APC to impeach APC, then you are lying. They cannot use format of APC to impeach APC. What coalition needed is number. Nigeria of today, the election is going to be between Nigeria and the leading government. So the coalition needed is numbers, and that number is very necessary.
Okay, so
There is number.
how do they mobilize and galvanize for those numbers?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying now. Just like somebody came, let me just use an example. Somebody say here, he doesn't like EU5, for example, and because of that, if he find Obi there, he's going to vote. That, I mean, what can somebody making this kind of statement? You know, when I was on the comment section laughing when somebody made that statement. How do we get this number? People like Erufai has a number, Atiku has a number, Amoshi has a number, P2B has a number. So many of them, all of them has a number. These are men, these are state men, well known nationwide in the country. They have the number, they have the supporter, and their number will be showing on the election day. And not just the number will showing. When we talk about coalition, we are talking about all state men across party, across regions, join together, put themselves together, throw all their support for whoever they are appointed or they selected as candidate to lead the party. So the number is there. Our people say when one person cook for community, community will eat. But when community cook for one person, the person cannot finish it. What coalition needed is more unity among them, have a solid agreement, bring everybody together. Not somebody's coming and tell, bro, this is politics. That's why sometimes I'm trying to avoid Nigeria politics because the way people talk, we're not talking about choosing a pastor that will represent a church. We're talking about politics here. And this is Nigerian politics. So everybody is welcome. What we are doing on the internet is emotion. You see PDP people fighting Labour Party fighting PDP, this one fight this one. This one are a game of emotion. People are still playing due to their interest and their principles, right? But when coalition come, everybody will surrender whatever interest and talk about the interest of the candidate who is going to unseat APDP or APC unless you are happy. Because I see some people are beginning to be manipulated or whatever they are paid. I don't know. Like I can't say what I'm not sure.
Okay,
But
check it, just
I'm just
round up, yeah.
yeah. So my point centers on there's no politician. No politician is sent, right? And everybody is needed for the coalition to be successful. And if you come online and tell us, and another thing, if you come online and tell us APC strategy, coalition are not telling you that they're using APC strategy. So what they want you to be doing is simple. Be talking down on their coalition. Continue talking down on coalition so that they will easily, deceive you or forge number and rig election. That's what they want you to be saying. You think they are not afraid of coalition? Anywhere your president visits, it's more chance you have to talk about governance. You use it to mocking oppositions. Or you think he's not afraid? I will just stop here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Chekube. Thank you.
So,
Uh, okay,
comrade, now,
Rewa, say we want representation in our government of coalition, gender representation. So that's why we'll be giving the mic to Marian. You understand? Yeah,
oh,
Marian, go ahead.
just put me on the queue. That's all.
Hi,
Yeah,
good
I'll put you on the.
afternoon. To be honest, comrade, good afternoon. To be honest, comrade and Deji, I didn't come to even talk much, though I'm not person that like talk too much. It's because of what people like, and another APC person will come up again. People like Jay, what they came to say. When he started by hailing and throwing obeisance to Deji. I know say this one welcome. The topic here is strategies APC used to unseat PDP, lessons for the coalition. I know how many times Comrade and Deji have tried to say people should stick to the topic, give your opinions and say. But people, these people like Jay and Co, they will come to slander. They are afraid, extremely afraid. Nobody needs to come and tell you what the coalition is about or like look at their plans. No, they are afraid. When Tinubu, the incumbent, anywhere he goes to, he keeps using that opportunity to still talk against opposition as if he's still campaigning for election, despite him being the sitting president. So, Jay, what you came here to do is to put fear in the mind of people or slander and talk against it. No worry. People like us, we know the fear. You can talk and laugh and say what you want to say. Even you yourself, wherever you are, you know that you are afraid. So don't come here and think you can sell that your fear or project your insecurity in the minds of people. So that's because another often I will still come up, can't talk again. We should not do that. But if you say you go do, I'm not be people like us you go catch. Imagine you started by hailing Deji. I said, hey, if I knew what you wanted to say. So when you finish your speech, I said that's it. So that's just what I want to say. That I know that APC people they will come because they too they want to know what is happening to go and report back on their WhatsApp groups and all that. But it is well that we there. Thank you.
Comrade, don't you think our women are even getting more interested and fearless?
Yeah. So Deji, you understand that's why we want equal representation, okay, gender representation in our government of coalition, our coalition government. Yeah. So even people like Kolade, I don't think he will be part of that coalition government. You understand? Because yeah, he will be Inge Kolade they move, so he won't be part of that government. Yeah, but yeah, I like when women
Colade can be part of the transition council.
no, the Kolade is not known for striking good deals. Yes, he's not a good negotiator. But anyways, yeah. Thank you. So let's take the cue this way. Um, okay, I'll give Kolade first, the mic first, then I'll let Rewan go after him. Yeah. Then I beg, put your hands up if you want to speak. I know you see hands up. And thank you, Meram, for coming to submitting this topic. And we want one more women to come speak because this space, Deji, is pro women. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, and the next woman gets priority.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So, Kolade, back to you. Okay, Kolade is not even there.
Hello, am I being heard?
Yeah, we can hear you. Kolade, we can hear you.
I think
Okay,
Colade.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my brother, Comrade the Snake Oil Seller. God bless you. Deji, God bless you, my brother. I've been listening. Good submission. And Comrade, thank you. I noticed that shift, that positive shift in your opinion concerning the coalition move today. God bless you, real good. All we all want is just to unseat this demonic party and um his host like APC to get them out of that place. So going straight to the topic, no time to waste. If you look at the strategy that APC used in 2015, it's very simple. Like, okay, let's start from this. As at this time, 2013, APC was already formed. So we are in quotes a bit behind. By now we should have
Ibrahim, hold on.
by now
Yeah, hold on, please, Ibrahim.
Please. We don't do that. I don't know. Are you an APC member? Because now them know they wait to clap. Once president say, hey, please don't clap again. Thank
You
you.
think of make person lose the person in line of thoughts? Yeah.
Yeah, it's distracting. Sorry, Colade, please go on.
Thank you. Thank you. So by now we should have our platform. So therefore our leaders in this coalition should please they should double their efforts in sorting this platform of the team issue. That's number one. Number two, another strategy they use, which is fundamental, is picking a candidate that they know can win. Very important. They did that. They picked a candidate that they know that can win. And we should leave this talk of saying it was the primaries that they no. They went to they went on shopping. They went to shop Buhari from his Daura when he already said that he was not going to contest again. Tinubu, this dubious man, knew that, oh, this is the pathway for me to like clinch onto power. He went to go and drag that man that come, I will make you president. So they shopped him, they brought him in. Tinubu, knowing that he had 6 governors at that time that can collapse their structure with Buhari's platform and other platforms. So 3 major political parties like zeroed their platform, came together, merged together. Then we now have prominent individuals that joined them. They didn't bring their political party, but they left their political party, now joined them as individual. So that tells you one thing. Those that left their party, you get it, to merge, like their party is their structure, like collapse their structure, not because of anything, but because, okay, we know what, I'll get a VP slot because I'm bringing the biggest structure in this whatever. Everything was well negotiated. Facts. So it wasn't that they just went into a primaries blindly, not knowing who will bear the ticket. No, they already knew it. So the bottom line of saying this is that our leaders in this coalition should please ensure that whoever they are throwing out is not somebody that will use 2027 as in quotes to test the waters. No, must be a candidate that has tested the water but does not have in quote what it takes to scale through on his own. And it stands today, at least me, I know of 2 people confirm, 2 people confirm. So then lastly is this fire for fire. They don't send anybody, Papa. They don't send Jonathan, the president. They don't send them. It was fire for fire, putting round peg in round hole. People who get mouth, put them for media, make them go they blast. You get it? People who get what they call them, who can instigate people, put them in their place, make they do them. People who have money, put them where they can spend their money. People who have connection, put them where they can use their connection. I think this is what got APC that victory. It's not because Jonathan was just too weak. No, Jonathan spent crazy money. Jonathan did everything, but the pressure was just way more than he can handle. And Tinubu, if you see such pressure, I'm 1000% sure it will fold. Well, it will fold because nobody wants Nigeria to burn. Deji, thank you. Comrade, thank you, my brother. I yield.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kolade. Deji, you've been missing in action. Oh. Kolade have been everywhere. Like, Kolade, I mean, they mobilized Kolade recently. Oh. Kolade have been everywhere. Kolade when they took talk for
Who
space.
mobilize you? Because I don't want now you comrade. I don't want you to sell us slick noise of putting us into one primary that they will now use money. They will use money to now select a candidate for us. I don't want that.
Kolade has been everywhere combating. Deji, they asked where have you been? Yes, okay, I needed a backup. This guy has been everywhere. You know, maybe I say from the WhatsApp group they deploy Kolade go and they. But it's okay. It's okay. You.
I've just see. I'm just waiting for a platform. All these back and forth arguments, whether this or that.
No, Deji,
You know.
Deji. Say we don't do great coalition 1 to 3. So
Yeah.
Kolade them they sleep then. So when they come realize say we don't make gains, like he woke
Too
up,
late.
yeah, like he was all over the place. So like they started trying to erode the gains we made. You understand? So Kolade has been everywhere. I debate Kolade 4 times in a day for the past 1 week on different
I I
spaces.
I hear that we might get some news next week. So try guys, Mr. Kolade, be ready. The Great Coalition 4.0 is about to be launched. But until then, comrade, go on.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we go to I know they see the hands up. Now only one hand I see up. Oh. Okay,
I
Ray
just
one. I say Ray one go speak after Kolade. Ray one, go ahead.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Comrade Deji and all the speakers.
Deji, I think asked
My own
Colade question,
submission
Deji.
is going is
Sorry, hold on. Wait one. I beg 1 second. Odina, you want to ask Colade question? Colade don't go down,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. But I think what he said, he wasn't correct. He wasn't there. He cannot
okay.
talk what he doesn't know
My
and all that. But
my
anyway, that's fine.
submission
Okay.
is not. It's just to encourage people, because when you look around, you see how APC people they've been moving. Today they will say Peter Obi is desperate. Tomorrow they will say Atiku is desperate. Next tomorrow they will say El-Rufai is desperate. But the only person they are not telling us that is desperate is Tinubu. And all of his moves it has pointed towards the angle that this man is extremely desperate, even more than the names I listed. So these people, they've tried different actions. They are running with it's the turn of the South. The South must complete 8 years. They've tried to say, okay, Peter Obi should contest under Labour Party. Is too big to be under anybody. Atiku should contest alone. Peter Obi should contest differently. They've tried different means. And I just want to advise people. The more we pay attention to all these people, the more we have issues within ourselves. Because they are in panic mode. They are scared. If you see the moves of Tinubu recently, especially how he rushed to claimed he settled the issue between Wiki and Fubara. Next move was this sudden Ganduje's forceful resignation to accommodate Tambua. And also the news we've been hearing that is likely going to drop Shetima. These are just very, very desperate and panic moves. But at the end of the day, they will tell us we are the one desperate. I think this is the point where everybody needs to come together and forget this issue of it's my candidate or nobody. We've been hearing all these kind of issues, and just want to advise the obedient brothers. Let's just allow our leaders to do what is necessary. What concerns me the most is to unseat APC. There is this statistics that came out recently where it actually showed, the performance, the inflow, direct investment inflow since 1999. There's nobody that will see this and have any reason to support having APC to continue in 2027, because these people they've showed, that they have nothing to offer this country. I'm a Nigerian. My interest is Nigeria. Majority of all these people who are in the APC camp, who largely gaslight people on Twitter, when you ask them where they are based, most of them are not even in Nigeria. But they have these, ways of making it look like, APC is just the best, PDP or the past government has destroyed the countries or the lives. This is the time we need to come together. This is the time we need to stop being too emotional about who should lead. Anybody, in my own opinion, that the coalition brings to say, this is who we are following, I'm following the person. Because I believe all these gentlemen who are, trying to find a way to rescue us from APC, they has different line of experiences, and what's joined them together is to some extent to improve on governance, which APC lacked from Buhari to this Tinubu. Nothing about governance concerns them. What matters to them is politics and how to favor their own just their own people. So my advice is, please, henceforth, let's just learn how to accommodate ourselves. Because when I go to different, spaces and listen to people, I just feel like, are we really ready? We are not supposed to be fighting ourselves. APC is the common enemy here, and we should allow everybody to come together so that we can fight this party that is making life so hard for the Nigerian people. So, comrade, I commend you for your efforts. Deji, I commend you for your efforts. You know, for creating avenue for people to speak their mind, and also, please let it be more of, sanitizing people, energizing people, and encouraging people to understand why we all need to come together. This is not, we don't even have that liberty to be fighting ourselves. We need to come together. Anybody that is the flag bearer, we support the person. And we support with, full force. APC doesn't play fair game. So if we continue dividing ourselves towards it is my candidate as is better than the other candidates, then we are giving APC this avenue to, you know, get the better out of us. So I greet everybody once again, and I yield my mic here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Rewan. Beautiful submission. Thank you very much. Yeah, so like you said, yeah, we go just the energize people for now. You know, pending feedback from the leaders of the coalition. Yeah, yeah, thank you. So, that said, who wants to speak now? The floor is open. Anybody who wants to take the mic? I can't see any hands up. Yeah, just take the
All
mic if
right,
you
let's
want
do
to
it
speak.
this way.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way. I'll start
Okay.
calling people. If you don't respond, I will drop you
Yeah, I'm here.
so that we can know who is who. Yeah. All right, Emmanuel, go on.
Can everyone hear me?
Barely, but go on.
Oh, oh, okay. Anyways, Deji, comrade, and the rest of the clan, hold on. While I joined this space, I went through the Jumbotron and checked to see some of the posts, and I met the conversation around how Obese Crystal was used, and I felt it's part of the strategy, but to me, it was because she was actually very vocal, vehemently against what was happening then. They just thought she's somebody that actually believes in her
Emma-
conscience,
eh,
even though
Emmanuel, I
even
beg, we need it. Me, I know they hear you personally. I don't know for others.
uh,
I use a
okay, hold on,
headphone.
let me. I guess it's my. Yes, let
And
me
come
just
on the
remove this.
headphone
Let me
now.
remove.
Come on the headphone.
Sorry, just a moment. Let me remove that.
I think Emmanuel JJC for spaces. Anyway, whilst he's trying to solve that,
Can you hear me?
um, Ima,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better now.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, it's clearer
Okay,
now.
all
It's
right.
better now.
So, like I was saying, yeah, yeah, it was just a case of somebody they knew that she would defend her conscience and say whatever she mean and mean whatever she says at that point. And even you and I, the way Barry was packaged for us, we all believed is the angel we were waiting for. And truth be told, no one here will actually hardly argue with it, except for the politicians that knew that they also stand a chance to actually be at the table and let them just try, right? So that being said, yeah, it's a strategy worth and well calculated as of then. And she suffered for it, yeah. It has been properly narrated, and she knew, and that was why she didn't also keep back when she had to quickly come back and start attacking when things went. In fact, I think she was one of the very first person that came vehemently also vocal about the economy and all when the real deal started as in hitting us hard. So let's set that on straight. Now, you see, I've listened to a number of things said on this platform, and that's the truth. And if you take our mind back, you realize that virtually every damn thing that PDP was fought against for, especially Jonathan's government, right? That this present administration, led by this present president, was fought against, that they actually um, demonized Jonathan government for, is exactly what they are doing. In fact, the worst of it is that he's actually happy to say, are you expecting me to watch them unseat me? So if the nation has to become a one-party state, he doesn't mind. He will go all for it. And he's not keeping quiet about it. And see, that was actually the undoing of the PDP government then. If you remember, they thought they were doing fine. The bragging then was that, oh, we will rule this country for the next 60 years. I remember that even Nigerians were very, very hungry. And see, let's watch the space. You see, the way they are already romanticizing themselves, celebrating themselves, as though they are doing fine. They are the ones giving themselves flowers. They are praising themselves. It's a matter of time because Nigerians are not happy. And that is actually where the coalition should actually, it shouldn't be about a person now. And I like the path Peter Obi is really taking. Either he has the opportunity at the coalition table or not. I hope and I think at the long run, if Nigeria decides to actually go with what is best for them, they will support the person. I am for him, and I wish the coalition can actually let us put all of our weight behind him. Because see, truth be told, everybody knows that's still one man, right? That's he's not the regular politician. Give him his flowers. If you think he's selfish, there is nothing they've not called him. And that's why the heat and the attack is so enormous and is on the eye. But I hope, even though the coalition is not speaking, they don't have to come to the public to come out and say that's why they are doing everything possible. They want to know their next move. They want to know who is spearheading what. Already they've been trying to paint the picture that after all, Peter Obi is now a loggerhead. How come those are the narratives that Renan Mercury is starting to spin now. That liar. That how come Professor Pat Tome no longer supporting Peter Obi now? And there is nothing they will not say out there because they want to know the next move or what may happen next. But I feel moving in silence but strategically and doing Nigeria good, not an individual ambition, I think is the best way forward to go this time around. Because trust me, the ovation is loud now, and everybody knows that this man would do anything and everything to watch and see that he's not unseated. He's not ready to leave. If they allow him, he will do top 10. Yes, I can say that to anybody. Yes, it's someone that would say, haven't you seen what I've done and I have performed? Because it's so crazy that, and the set of people that you now even see that even in the heat and the face of what is actually really obvious, it's so sad that we the Yorubas are actually the one that are actually giving this man that latitude, except for the ones that are being used, right? Maybe from other tribe. But I do not want to even make this about tribe now. All right? But anyways, I hope and I wish that the coalition actually do all of and whatever they are doing in the interest of Nigeria first and foremost, and not about self-aggrandizement or anyone thinking, oh, if it's not my turn now, when will it then now be my turn? Because seriously speaking, that's actually where they are waiting for the coalition. They are still trying to see who will want to come. Is it Atiku? Is it Obi? Is it Atiku and because they know it can never be Atiku and El-Rufai. Maybe most likely, if Atiku will not mind to actually wait, probably we will see a good combination of Obi and El-Rufai. And it's no news that truly Shetima is going to have his Waterloo very soon. Yes, and he is too. He's not hiding it. Because he's unhappy and he's not hiding it. He's ready for them, fire for fire. I know what's actually burning and what's going down now in Borno. Things are cooking up. The latest bombing attacks in Borno is not. Those are handwritings on the wall. Those are handwritings on the wall. They want to make it look like he's not fit as the vice. How can he be a vice president and then his home state is on fire? So they know what they are doing and all of this cooking and all of that. But as I've said, and primarily my own take is that I hope the coalition would actually have Nigerian interest and not about selfish or personal interest. Because if they do, exactly what happened in 2023 will most likely happen. We will have a situation whereby when we should have a formidable force actually going head on to fight these particular monsters, because it's even really worse. Check now, the entire South is almost decimated. Like no opposition anymore, and it's a calculated attempt. So they know what they are doing. I yield the mic.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you. Okay, so let's do this. Before I come to you, King Zanga, make oh now you won't ask all the question back then, because probably that's why he came back on up. Okay, you're not there. Okay, make King Zanga go. Then we come back to you, Colade. Ordinario is not there.
I'm here. I'm
Hey,
here.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm here.
okay.
good
Hold
to
on,
be with
guys.
you
Hold on,
guys.
Yeah.
guys. Hold on,
Oduna is
guys.
back.
Hold on,
Oduna,
guys.
take the mic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry. Hold on, please.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Governor Abbey, are you here?
He's doing monitoring spirit. I mean, his presence is
No,
a billion
I just need
dollars
to confirm who is
mission.
there so I can drop some people. Governor Abbey.
It's not active. You can
Okay,
drop
okay.
him.
Please request for the mic again when you're ready. Akuna, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Who else? Emmanuel just spoke. Odonayo is here. 10/10. Are you here?
Yeah, Deji, somebody can go.
All right. No problem. I
I'll
just wanted
go
to know.
next,
Okay.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
That's
here.
fine.
I'm here. I'm here.
D1 just came. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Okay, then you can ask your question then. Yeah. If you still want to ask it to
Yeah.
Colade.
Okay. No, it's not like it's very important. I just want to put into him that there was no time that APC concluded in their mind that the only person they had the chance to do primaries for was Buhari 2015. You get the point. That cannot be correct. All right? That cannot be correct, first of all. This is because 2015 election, 2014 primaries of APC in Lagos had the CPC and the
Can
ACN
anyone hear
faction.
him again, or is from my own side?
Yeah, can you hear me?
That's all Ordinario mic be, anyways. Like,
Okay, can you hear me now?
yeah, it's better now.
Okay, so there's nowhere in any of these things that ACN, APC had Buhari as a candidate alone. If you say if you have said CPC and ACN then had Buhari, that's correct. But they were not. There were more than two factions that form APC today, and there are even more than two particular parties that form APC today. So the people that form APC today had different things in mind. So Buhari was not the only person in mind. Amechi said that the reason why they choose Buhari, and not only him, people like IME, people like ACN and CPC, well, because Buhari was coming with 12 million votes. That was not they did not have any president in mind. Say Buhari would be the candidate of the party. So where did you get your information from, please? And how can you demonstrate in any sense that Buhari was what they had in mind before the primaries? Thank you.
Okay, Odunayo, in case you do not know, and I will put it on record today, in that 2015, I was a staunch, in quotes, pro-Buhari APC supporter because I wanted Jonathan out, which was the greatest mistake I made. So in case you do not know, I'm not just an APC member.
No, Colade, we already know that now.
No, even you know why they
Because
talk like this. You
some
guys don't
people
know why they talk like
just
this.
hold,
You see, even as a child, as a
just
child,
hold
that's
on.
not
Shebi, you
correct.
are let me
Ordinario, hold
conclude
on. Hold on.
now.
Make him talk. Make Colade talk.
I'm not making not talk. I think it's the member of APC does not change anything. Yeah, thank you.
So that aside, so for the fact, just if you are conversant with politics, okay, and you know, and let me explain to you. Buhari, after he lost the prior election, said he was not running again. It was Baba Conde that went with Tinubu to go and lure him, like went to go and like come and run, come, you will be. So you're telling me that you're going to go and tell him to come and do what? Just to come and be part of the, or I don't get it. So please,
It's not
if
still
you don't,
correct. Like I said, if you are saying the
listen, I don't know
ACN,
what
if
you
you are
are
saying the
saying. Now people
ACN
will just
and
be
the
laughing at
CPC, I
you
will
here
agree with you.
now.
But
Are
let's say
you
it's
a baby in
convoluted.
politics? Me?
Okay, see,
Politics does not work like that.
you only voted for
Listen,
Buhari 2015, right? Me, I'm not just,
listen.
I've been a keen follower. When I say make a keen follower, anybody that
All right. Odayo, you are a keen follower. Kolade also believes to also be a
Rather
keen
than
No,
staunch
it's
follower.
not
follower.
believing. What is
Wait, please, please. I want to hear this engagement, but I don't think I'll get anything from it if you are speaking over each other. So when somebody is done, then the other person can go on. Let's do it that way.
And the two of them they here when Demola they attack Onyi, none of them can defend Onyi.
I wonder.
no, you not give us mic now. That's very
Anyway,
rude.
so okay, let's Kolade. Once Kolade is done, then you come in. So let's like pity the audience, I beg.
Okay, thank you so much, Deji. So, Moduayo, what I'm trying to explain to you was that nobody go wow somebody or go grab someone and say, you know what, come and run. I will give you my platform. That was it from the beginning. It wasn't that come and join us and see if you can get the tickets. No. So that's why I said from the onset, they went to him knowing that, oh, this man that had whatever million from the north. And he knows that he controls the south because he already locked down southwest. Okay, he already has 6 governors on standby for him. So he knew that if he team up with this man, they will get into the finish line. And when they came together, that's why again I will repeat to you, 3 major political parties collapsed their structure entirely. Like no more. They changed their name. CPC, ACN, and ANPP. Okay, so others like in quote, there's no way you will form coalition, and others will say that, oh, there's a green right like there. We can achieve this. We can have this for this person. They will come and join you, and that's why the agreed PDP in quotes governors that then crossed over to say, you know what, let's be a part of this. So being a part of it does not mean they've not reached a mutual agreement. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That it wasn't that they brought Buhari to come and say, okay, just come and be a part of us. And that is why Tinubu took in quote the vice presidential candidate to say, you know what, I will supply the vice because I got you here. I understand the arguments you are trying to bring, but no, I want you to know today that it was from the beginning, it was negotiated. Everything you see at the convention and the primaries was just the normal process of just tick the checkbox. Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, like you said already, you said you were this thing follower of Tinubu Buhari. Anyway, I will not say much about that. Anybody that knows me physically will know very well that they call me Buhari's son, even the University of Benin, how much I believed in him very well growing up. And I did not only vote for him. 2007 was the first time I voted, and I voted in the University of Benin. 2011, I was the only person that voted for him. But I'm not here to argue about whether I know him better than any other person. But I know very well for sure that I was not, at a point, I hated my father. I was just watching television and arguing politics on newspaper. And I felt, why don't you participate in it and be part of it? That was my argument with him. So I became a member of the party at the formative stage of 2013. And and I choose to be member early 2014. I remember in early 2014, I have to leave Abuja to Abo. Now, that said, that said, that said, what is imperative is that I've not said so. What is imperative is that
Okay, I cannot hear anybody again.
okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I've said so that I saw all these things. What is distinction about my argument this afternoon or this morning is that there was not premeditated that, oh, they were just trying to do formality. That is the way you get it wrong. That it was a formality, the primary was a formality. It was never a formality by mistake. It was an all-out election. Everybody went for the election to win the election, right? Different camps, different arguments, different people went for the election. Are you saying that somebody like Kwakwanso, who was a governor under PDP and later became APC, dumped APC, was coming to play there? Are you saying that somebody like Atiku left PDP even though he would have naturally stayed back and the power will be going back to the north after Jonathan have left power for 2015 or 2019, and he will likely be the next person, you think he will have left that place and go to APC to come and do formality? It doesn't make any argument. It doesn't make any sense because I was there particularly. So there's no place where you say this thing. I contributed my money to Tinubu Buhari buying his ticket. You get it? But Buhari's ticket was a community effort. People brought the money. Old people brought the money. People brought the money and supported Buhari. So there's no way you could tell me say it was. If you tell me that the argument is Tinubu, APC, ACN, and CPC already have a private mentality about who they want to get, I will agree with you. But the APC as a party at the formative stage when they did the primaries, They did not have anybody in mind. They may have block already, but when you say they have this, it would have destroyed the party at that formative stage. Because when the party was being, when the primary was being formed or was being held in Lagos, and the party had the intention that this primary would be rigged in favor of somebody, there would have been a destruction of that party before the election. So there's no place you can argue. That's your argument over this place. That it was a formality. They should choose somebody and go to the primary and do formality. No, that is not the argument. The argument was that there was politics and they played the politics as it were. And that is to tell you very well that the CPC and the ACM bloc had somebody they want to vote for already. But it was not the APC that wanted to say, okay, since Buhari gets 12 million votes, 2011, 2007, they got 6 million votes, 2013, they got 2003, they got 12 million votes, they will support Buhari. No, it wasn't so. It wasn't so, please. So that's why I say, don't say what you don't know. Demonstrate in evidence. So say this thing. Don't tell me what everybody knows already. Demonstrate in evidence. Say, oh, they were going to do so. That's how you demonstrate. You demonstrate your evidence. I don't come out and say what you don't know. I don't want to say anything more than what is in the public. Because everything we say here is in the public. I will not say anything more than that. But I will refer you to a book written by Bisa Kande, right? Go and read the book yourself, right? You will not know, you will not say this thing you are saying with your mouth again. So the reason why I could relate with the book was because some of the things he said, I saw it. Some of his friends of that era were people I went to meet, even as a student union leader. So please, don't make any conclusion of what you don't know. You may support to Buhari, which is fine, but there's no place that APC had it in mind and conclusively say they are determined to achieve a particular objective of making Buhari the candidate. There are power blocks. Power block agreed. That's said, but not APC as a party. Because that was why it was very fair. And it was a primary that was conducted by former governor of Ekiti State, Fayemi, Kayode Fayemi. And it was well respected primaries. It was transmitted. Everybody saw the election. People that lost took it in good faith. And they won for the party.
It was
People
even
that won,
televised.
God bless you. And we were in Lagos. So when you come out and say they were premeditated, I don't know where you are coming from. And that doesn't suggest that if APC, the party or coalition party are looking up to, go to the primaries. That's politics. You play the politics. You win people to your side. You agree with them. I guess 6 million votes without anything. You can pass your argument. People will agree with you. Some people will disagree with you. But that doesn't mean that say you should just sit down and then give it practice because I say you think that you go win the election. That's not politics. Politics is about negotiation of interest. When we played it in university, it was not like this. Please don't give us that particular scenario. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I clear what you said just now?
I'm on this back and for no go end, Kolade.
Yeah, it's going to end. I'm just going to end it right
Okay.
there because he keeps saying they should not say what they don't know, that this, that. And the way you talk, I don't know if you understand politics. And my argument is simple. From the onset, now you are saying that if APC and ACN and CPN agree, that's a different thing. So what you are telling me that the major bloc, the person that has 6 governors in a coalition, had already concluded to say, you know what, this is my candidate. And you are saying that is not whatever in
They're not
politics,
6
because I
governors.
don't
They
get
don't
what
have
you are
6
saying.
governors, first of all. They don't have 6 governors. They don't
Who?
have 6 governors.
Tinubu
Ekiti
does
State
not
did
have
not have
6
governors then.
governors.
Fayoshi was governor of
Eh?
Ekiti State. First, hold on. Fayoshi was
Uh-huh.
governor of Ekiti State. Hold on. Let me correct you first of all. Because you're arguing. Fayoshi was not governor in Ekiti State, first of all. I mean, Fayemi was not governor. He lost election 2014 before the primary. That was why he was even the chairman of that particular state. So when you argue,
So count,
first,
let's count. So let's count. Continue.
Hold on. What's it called? Ondo State. Who was governor of Ondo State? Who was the
Nah,
governor of Ondo State?
maybe this guy will die. This NBA chairman.
I don't think so. I think it was this
It
guy.
Mimiko,
was
I be
APC.
Mimiko.
Ondo was
Eh,
I
APC
think it's
then.
on
Na
Mimiko. But
Mimiko, na Mimiko.
even the argument is anything to follow. That the house is. It doesn't. I agree with
Please,
you that
why you don't you
APC.
go and do your research now? Can
Oh
somebody
no!
just
See,
Google and
listen
check for
now.
us?
Listen. I can do research, but don't come out and
Hey
say what you
man.
don't know.
They said that
Demonstrate the
Okay,
one
look,
okay,
if it was
instance
my
okay,
turn to
of
speak, you are the
implementation
one
in the
that
primaries which were
interjected
there.
now. You were speaking, I didn't interject you now. Let me just do my own submission, then you can, if you want to say something, you say something. Because the way you are talking, I don't see
okay,
any
okay.
whatever in politics.
Just make that point in 2 minutes so we can, yeah.
Okay, or in fact, I'll make it in less than 2 minutes. Again, what I'm saying is very clear. Once you have a coalition and you have a majority of that coalition already had a predetermined, like, this is who we are supporting, then there's no way you can defeat them in a primaries. That is exactly the point I'm trying to make to you. That Tinubu knew where he was going with his own platform. CPC2, that had one governor, knew where they were going, and all these people already collapsed their structure to be one. And you are telling me that, in quote, the 5 this thing from PDP and what's it called, Kwankwaso and Abga, this thing, and others, Listen, they won't tell you not to run. Okay, they won't tell you that. Oh, please let me talk now. Why is Godwai always doing this? Why
No,
are you
no,
always
it's
It's
not
not
him.
suffocating
It's
driving.
not
It's
now?
him.
not
It's not
driving. It's
him.
not driving.
And somebody will
So
come up.
they
Yeah.
won't tell you not. They won't tell you not to run. Okay, nobody, no politician will tell you, you know what? Don't come to primaries. It's just like Ambo Day, whatever. No, but what they will just sit and wait for you. They will have spoken to you. You know what? Let us do this. If you say no, you insist you want to run. They will tell you, okay, fine, go to the field. But they already had. They know where they are going. So you will go to the field. You won't get it. Chic enough. So please, that's what just trying to let you know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Colade. But in my opinion, I don't think Atiku went to that convention without okay, but anyways, let me just leave it. Yeah. So okay, so let's move the mic. Okay, King Zanga, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, comrade. I just want to I understand the the spirit of argument that Oduayo and Ogakola they
I
go
tell you, say
back
they
and
don't
forth.
deploy Colade. Colade is working overtime. He's everywhere, everywhere.
Sorry, now you Sabi. We
Now
learn
Kola
from
they go
APC. We
mobilize
learn from
somebody, not
APC.
be somebody go mobilize Kola. Kola they na civil
Obi
man
does
now.
not deploy
Eh,
Colade. He is everywhere. Oh. He's everywhere.
ah, okay. Oh. Have we? How much is the balance of Obedient Trust Fund? I don't know whether. I don't know how much
Obedient
went
no get
inside
money
our
now.
account.
You know
Somebody
that
should
one
check the
now. Obedient no
balance.
they give
I
shishi.
beg,
You
don't
know the
talk now.
give
Ah,
People
shishi for
collect
that
shishi.
place.
Oh. People collect shishi. More no even go jail. More no code. More no go
Now
jail.
our own shishi people collect. Now our own shishi, our own shishi people collect.
Aha.
All right, please
So,
take your time, Ms. Blanca.
okay. I mean, the strategies APC used to unseat PDP lessons for the coalition. I spoke about this earlier, but I just want to add this. We need to understand why people form government, right? Because this is a group of individuals who necessarily do not like themselves, but they believe in a cause, right? And they come together. And this set of individuals, they come together to take control of power, right? And also to they know that should they turn against themselves later, hmm, the sides that always have the upper hand will keep the status quo. The strategy they use prior to 2015 election, one of the strategies is diabolical media presence, always in your face. They were in the print media, they were in the digital media, they were in the radio, they were everywhere, right? And that's to tell you something. So if we also need to have a shot at taking power and making good. I'm not even talking about the end game here, but let's take the power first. We also need to master the act of media presence. I mean, strong media presence, because bad news travel faster than good news. You gotta be doing 1,000 good stuff, and maybe just a few people will understand or know what's going on. But the moment there are 3 or 4, 5 bad stuff going on, I can tell you, once you amplify it, once you beam it, there's one called steering beaming of information. You can actually target a particular you know geolocation and say, okay, this is what is going on here, this is the rhetoric that is going on, these are the sentiments. Then you just simply you know amplify those sentiments with some elements of whatever you want to whatever your end game is all about. So that's what APC did prior to 2015. That diabolical media presence. What they also did, they mastered the act of institutional penetration. What I mean by institutional penetration, they were able to penetrate the police and they were able to penetrate the military as well. Because you also need to understand the acts of state power and how to employ the instrument of state power. And every politician know that that day of election, right, of 24 hours or 48 hours to election, the instrument of state power will be heavily employed. So what APC succeeded in doing was to inject some level of low energy into the police and the military. So, and Jonathan being perceived as, weak and, inactive to some extent, people, sense that level of, oh, we don't think it's going to, like trouble, so he's going to, go want make it throw the country other chaos, because obviously his ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian, right? So that played into people's mind. So that's strategically the Nigerian people, or to some extent, believe that that's the tactical surrender. So he already surrendered, that whatever be the outcome of, because the side that is always very active, that is vicious, that in your face, that we're going to take it, that's the side that we're writing the stories prior to 2015. So every single sentiment, every single grievance, APC mastered the act of weaponizing it, and they tuned it, and they made sure that it was really in the people's heads prior to going to the polls. So if the opposition, if the coalition want to also master the art of this diabolical media presence and institutional penetration and weaponization of every single grievance that is happening. It could be economic, it could be security, it could be the poverty, it could be a whole lot that is going on. Do it. After all, your end game, your goal is to take power, then hit the reset button. But there's always a danger around that. So whatever that is in front of you now, that you think is worth bringing the attention of the people to, please do it. Because from practical experience, right? During the 2023 election, there is one big shot, one political big shot. It was the Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly. We vote in the same ward and the same polling unit. Okay? What the guy was doing was using the instrument of state power to terrorize the people around. Because the people really don't know that 24 hours to the election, even on the election day, no single Nigerian politician is entitled to armed protection. None of them. So none of them can show up in that polling unit with security presence, with armed security presence. No, they are only entitled to their orderly. So I made sure that my people know about it. Because I know that he was doing all that, and they reported the whole thing. I called the DIG Federal Operations, right? And I specifically request that his security detail should be withdrawn, and it was withdrawn. So he showed up to that polling unit alone, and just one single police officer. That police officer was not armed. He was not carrying any weapon. Do you understand? So we must let the people know that they are vulnerable, because the outcome of the election are not predetermined. So let nobody seal their faith that the outcome of the election has already been determined already. So their votes, their voice will not matter, will not count. That's a big lie. So let the people know that, so that the politicians themselves will not weaponize and deploy that instrument of state power, because of and ride on the waves of the people's ignorance. Because the people really don't know. Because if the people know that they are vulnerable at that point, because the people have the power now to change them and say, we don't like you anymore for what you've done. We don't like you anymore. If the people don't know and the politician trick them again, they will call them big fools. Because once the politicians trick them and they succeeded in grabbing the power again, then you have given them the power for law enforcement, you have given them the power, the judicial power, you've given them the executive power, you've given them all the instruments of state power. But that transition period is when you hand them that power. So that is their most vulnerable, period. So you must also capitalize on that. You must also take strategic advantage of that. of that transition. You must let the people know. Because if you want to play this politics, it's also a game of strategy, it's also a game of power, and it's also a game of control. You must find a way to control the people's minds. Okay? Even if you want to use the instrument of fear, you must do it. That look, if you vote for these people again, you will be killed. Right? Because if you think in your community they've killed 10 of you now, if you still vote for them, see, 100 or 1,000 of you will be dead. So let them know the consequences of their collective decision making. Whether they also want to keep the existing pains as a matter of, I don't know, or they want to upend, the current status quo. So the people must know the consequences of their action. If you sell your vote, for my people for Edo, they know. At least the ones that are close to me. You've sold your vote, Abby. Anything where you see, just take her like that. See, if you call me that you are going through serious economic wahala, I will refer you to the government of the day that collect taxes, that your security and your social welfare, all right, is entrusted in their hands. Because the only relationship that you and I have with the state, when I say state, I'm not talking about local government, the tiers of government now. All right, I'm not talking about the arms of government now. No, I'm talking about the state itself, the federal government or the state government. So if you trade your social contract, the agreement that binds you and I to the state, if you trade it for 15,000 naira per your ballot, if you trade it for a keg of vegetable oil, if you trade it, okay, for recharge card, eh, I can guarantee you that you have already cashed out.
Yeah.
You've already cashed out. Anything where you see, you will take it like that. Because these guys will make the budget will be stolen. They will not care about you. You will shout, you will cry, and nobody will hear you.
Mm.
Because they know that when they come back again, you will also repeat the same cycle. So what we need to start doing is to start mastering the tools of how we can control the narrative, how we can write those stories, how we can shape the discussions, so
Yeah.
that as the people, because ultimately that day of election, not be the day where they go to war, right? You cannot put on, obviously this is not a dictatorship. You cannot even posture as if you want to go and kill or attack people, no matter your rhetorics, no matter what you say, rig or die. Look, you will only be giving excuses to the state to say, okay, you don't have chances. That's why you are resorting to violence, you are resorting to instrument of coercion and all of that, and you now give them the power. You now give them the legitimacy, because the government have the sole legitimate authority for violence.
Yeah.
But over time, they've lost that legitimacy to employ the instrument of violence to secure the people. So you now have competing ideological, interests. You now have competing, economic or security interests, where somebody can show up in a community and kill people. Somebody can, pad the budget and steal the money, and nobody will do anything. So the people must be made aware of these consequences
Okay.
of their action at that particular transition period. Deji, I can see you say hi, hi.
Yeah, please round up. Okay, thank you. So guys, there's a post on the JT now. It's a Premium Times article, um, dated June 19, 2014. Guess what the headline is? Guess what the headline is? PDP was advising APC to stop behaving like a rebel group. This is the same party that wants to, tell us how we should conform, how we must conduct ourselves. This is not how to do opposition. But just how many years ago, when they were in our shoes, somebody else was advising them, stop behaving like a rebel group. So I put it on the JT so that we can go through it. So there's a part I thought was very interesting, right? It says that the APC must understand that it is not a rebel group, and as such must throw overboard all actions and tendencies that portray it in that light. You know, Nigerians from all walks of life have continued to express worry over the character of the APC as an opposition party. The APC must realize that in a democracy, being an opposition party demands a great responsibility marked by constructive engagement and propagation of alternatives in the general interest. The FPC must be advised to undertake a survey. Send them, give them assignments. Go outside Nigeria. Go and survey how other opposition parties conduct themselves. Being an opposition party does not in any way confer a culture of irresponsibility. Being an opposition party does not in any way confer a license for promotion of violence. This same APC, they at the time, they were being seen as promoters of violence. Being an opposition party does not confer use of blackmail and falsehood as means of achieving political control. Nigerians are no longer comfortable with an opposition driven by frustration and bitterness, characterized by a compulsive penchant for lies and deceit. They do not want an opposition that has no regard for the national interest, but behave as if it has no stake in the Nigerian project. Nigerians want an opposition that will purposefully engage on issues with integrity and honesty, and not with falsehood and deceit. These were, the advice PDP gave APC when APC was doing this opposition thing. So let no man, say who never fuck up cast this first stone, hands in the air, right? So if PDP at the time could see all these things that APC was doing, all this bitterness that they were spewing, surely APC does not have the moral justification to advise us, because apparently they were the pioneers of it. Akuna 80, please go on.
Thank you very much, Deji, for that, for reading that out, and thank you, comrade, and everyone else that has, made their submissions. I've been listening for quite a long time, and my submission is quite simple, and I'm not gonna take time. So, just going ahead with the topic. See, I've heard quite a number of people say Tinubu is a good politician. He does that. I don't think Tinubu is a very good politician. He's one of the easiest politicians to beat if you play his game. We all somehow, are expecting him to win because we know what he would do and how he would do it. So what do? We just checkmate him at those areas. That's it. And that's game over for him. He doesn't have anything else up his sleeve. His game is go into the election, deploy people, truncate the process, bring the ballot to the collation center, and we'll pad it there. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. So the strategy, if you are looking for strategy for the opposition, it's simple. Just checkmate him at these areas and you have yourself in power. That's Tinubu out of the way. He doesn't there are no two ways about it. And again, with respect to the opposition, I don't seem to understand why they are playing the opposition the way they are playing it. I make reference to Tinubu's visit to Benue State. I expected a very vibrant opposition. Tinubu went to Benue, he could not get to the exact community that was attacked. If I was in the position of Atiku, El Rufai, or maybe P2B, what I will do is to enter Benue the next day and go to those communities. Forget about Alia, forget about for those formalities. Atiku, link up with El Rufai, link up with P2B. Three of you enter those communities, go and see the people. That way, you are achieving two things. You are sympathizing with the people directly because they already aggrieved that the president did not come. And then you are also showing the president that, see, you could have gotten here if you wanted to, you just did not care. That one will have him restless for like 6 months. He'll probably make a return visit there. So let's play it gentle. No, you don't have to play it gentle. I was here when Onyedika made this submission, and that is exactly the template to use. There's no, you don't have to sugarcoat it or paint it any other way. You have to be brutal at it. Play it head on. His game is violence. Checkmate him, and that's it. You've won. Thank you. That's my submission.
Thank you very much. And to be honest with you, you start to wonder, why did they not think of it? Why is it so? Like, I mean, these guys they are seasoned politicians, right? Surely, what we are thinking, they probably could have thought about it. So why? And that is the reason why these spaces are important. You never know who is listening, right? So they need to give themselves brain, and start actually doing their thing, performing the actual opposition that they ought to be doing. Because all these tweets, God. Anyway, thank you, Akuna.
Deji, sorry. You see, if they made that visit,
Sorry, that was a mistake. Sorry, go on.
okay. Sorry, if they had made that visit to Benue, the three of them, you see this thing, Tinubu goes on and say the coalition, is politically displaced, persons. He will never have uttered that statement. He would know that something serious is about to happen to him. You understand? So these things sometimes I just look. I don't know who and who is who are the handlers of these people or how they, You don't even have to agree on formulas already at that point. Three of you just go first. When you come back, you can go from there to Abuja and continue the coalition meeting. You don't need to have agreed first. Go there, man. I'm just tired, though. To be honest.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, do you really need to agree, to be under one platform before you start collaborating? I mean, if you've agreed in principle, the way we keep hearing that you will work together, once you find a big platform, then you might as well start, showing what you are made of right now. I'm even anyway. Let's just continue.
No lose your mind, not lose your mind.
Um,
They suck at controlling narratives.
10 over,
Well,
yeah. Sorry, 10 over 10. Please go on.
Yeah, good afternoon, Deji. Thanks for keeping us here together this afternoon. Just like the last speaker said, I mean, very clear and direct. You see, for me, the lesson I would I would I would I would say sacrifice and then propaganda. I think that's the two lessons for me that I took away from APC that I think I will give to this coalition guys. On the part of sacrifice, right? I feel both the actors, the gladiators discussing, and even the followers like us, who's been waiting patiently for them to come together and make a decision. I think a lot of sacrifices, not just small. If you look at APC, I mean, we all will agree that some people shielded their ambition, right? Put it on the back burner. so that somebody else will go. So that's for that on the part of sacrifice. Then you see, the part I even want to highlight more, the last speaker made a good reference to that part, the part of propaganda. And that takes me to how the opposition, I give them benefit of doubt to say probably they've not been, I mean, you can't say they are together yet. They are still discussing. If they were together, I think I would have criticized them more for how they've managed the incompetencies of this government, right? I was in the US during this bring back our guest stuff. Guy, I even joined this protest. Sadly, I even joined. Rhode Island, the smallest state in the US, as small as Rhode Island is, bring back our guest protest got to Rhode Island. That's how much popularity they gave this part of um, um, Jonathan's administration and the challenges he faced, right? If you remember, even I still remember John, I think it was John Oyegu, how they accused Jonathan of not being ready to hand over. A lot of accusations. Now, my advice and lessons, right? I don't think this, even the tax bill, look at the tax bill, look at anything, be bringing out faults, you know, disadvantages, whatever you want to bring out from there. You remember under Jonathan's regime, there wasn't anything Jonathan did that was right. That's propaganda for me. So the coalition people, once it is formed, I think that, like I said before, my benefit of doubt for them will be, okay, you guys are, but once these guys are done and dusted with whatever they want to call the name, and the coalition is active, these are the lessons and the areas I think I want them to focus on. APC, we all will agree that APC made a very huge use of propaganda, be it truth, be it lie, everything they needed to do as far as bringing Jonathan's administration was concerned. They used it and used it to their very advantage. So my lesson and advice for the coalition will be, once we all, even not just even the whoever they choose and the actors themselves, the followers, see, everybody has to be shooting left, right, and center. Shoot from all cylinders, you know, because we are in a world where even the smallest of your tweets will go somewhere. So that's my lesson. Propaganda and then sacrifice on the part of the guys and the followers. I'm waiting patiently for this coalition to happen. So that's it for me, Deji. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. APC's opposition may not even need propaganda, honestly. Like material full ground. A full ground. It's just that they are not committed. That's just my annoyance. Again, maybe they're waiting to be on that one platform, which I think, you know,
Deji, you there?
yeah.
In Edo State, Oshamole 2016, he said the Pasaki might be a candidate. Right? He said Yamuna thief. 2020, he said Yamuna now the best friend. Now he's Pasaki na the thief. People did not waste time. Oh. They just they put all the thing when they talk for every junction for Bini. So that you can listen to that and say, I can the best way to say this is more than thief. And they change that. So that what we will do, we're going to put all these things on billboards everywhere in Nigeria. So that if you talk, you say insecurity, the boss stop at his boss, we put that there. That's what we do everywhere.
So
So people
get
get all the
like
antenna. Yeah.
you get like material full grand. If full grand, like these guys, they have money, they are rich. Like in this sort of time now, right? As a layman, I feel look that tax bill thing say, okay, everything they okay. But if you give like an accounting firm, right? Make them PC Sam, a tax auditing firm or whatever they call them. Make them PC Sam, check, you know, what are the loopholes, what are the things that should have been done with respect to this bill or act. You say one or two things, or what does it imply to Nigerians? What other effects? Because a lot of the things we are seeing online, oh, is how this is this, how this is that. Is that the entire picture? So anyway, um, Aaron is gone.
Deji, good morning from over here. How you dey?
Na
Okay,
lie. Now
so
afternoon you day.
anywhere I dey, so try tell you good morning. So strategies APC used to unseat PDP. See, it's like you are not listening to Odunayo whenever he speaks. He said something that you cannot beat APC to their game. I won't lie to you. He has been saying this thing, you have to create your own game too. So you are coming to my house, you are coming to play the game that I played, that I created, that I strategized, that I used for you to beat you. You are now planning to use the same. I know all the rules, I know all the loopholes, I know all everything that is available. I know how to counter you. I know that's what is going on right now. You pack yourself in one room, carry Malami, Atiku, this one, everybody together. The person that you are playing the game for also know what he needs to do to counter whatever you plan for. One of the strategic moves is Ganduje resign, Kwakwaso. We don't even know if Kwankwaso is going to APC or not, but the rumor is that Kwankwaso is going to APC. Isn't that a big... You should look for another strategy. If you feel like it is propaganda that you use to counter to win APC in the next election, everywhere is open now. Media is almost in everyone's hand. In 2015, the media outreach is not this much. So means of countering any allegation is not this much. Whenever APC come and say, is this one like this? In 2015, no. Well, if Oshibajo say, are you satisfied with the price of fuel right now? There's nobody to come and counter. So whenever any opposition comes out now and say that, okay, for example now, one among the coalition, you just come out and say, they remove fuel subsidies. Everybody now understand that fuel subsidies needs to go. You are now telling us they remove fuel subsidy, they make everything hard. No, there are a lot of other examples to counter you, to make what you are saying irrelevant, and it will not carry any weight. So until you create a new game, a new playing ground, a new rule from your own hand, that will now look, irú pattern wo làwọn people tún gbà yìí. It's something very different. Not gathering Atiku, Peter Obi. Peter Obi and Atiku ran together in 2019 now. See now, you cannot play the same game that we've been playing. You cannot be doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect another result. You cannot. Although you will, somebody might come up and say that, you are listening to advice from APC. That is what they want you to do. Hey, if you like, listen to those people. We know them. But sincerely speaking, for a fair game, for fair hearing, so that every side will be balanced, prepare your own game plan. You are forming you are forming a new political party. Do you, and APC is in charge of who will be the next chairman of INEC.
All right.
Well, I feel like it's the same thing that I've been listening to all over from morning. Everybody has just repeating themselves. There is no new thing I've been hearing. The only person I had something new from was from Odunayo, but he's not even speaking out completely. I yield. Thank you.
Again, there's no sincerely speaking in whatever you have said. There's nothing sincerely speaking there. You have just come to talk your own, which is fine. I maintain my stance. Hmm? Whatever APC used in the last election in that 2024 can be used again and refined to even be better. Because I don't understand this whole talk.
Hold
Hold on,
whether you
please.
like it or not, Tinubu is defining politics in Nigeria.
So
This is later when
hold on,
they go
please.
remove
So
APC
Ayo,
chairman
keep
to bring
quiet.
another thing.
Odunayo,
This
keep
country,
quiet.
people have to understand
They
this
say
game.
you don't have mouth. Keep quiet,
Yeah, I don't even
Odunayo.
get man. I don't get
guys,
money. I
please hold
don't
on.
get money again, man.
So
Deji, you dey hear me,
I
Deji?
maintain my stance. Hold on, please.
Deji, they hear me?
I dey hear you. Hold on.
See, Tinubu are the only person where they remove chairman to bring another person from another place to be something else. Like it's like chairs where somebody they play something on our head and we they follow the guy, they follow the trend. Instead of us to be creative enough to be proactive, we are following the trend like we are becoming reactionary. That's where you don't understand these things. Now, just
Please
remove
hold
like
on.
last week
Please hold
when
on.
I yesterday want to remove the chairman
I
of
don't.
APC. I asked my
I
friend,
Odunayo, hold on. Let Deji speak. Odunayo, hold on.
okay,
Come on.
Tinubu
they
Respect the
creative.
Tinubu
host.
can do whatever he wants to do. Odunayo. If you are so captivated by his moves, good for you. There's nothing special about it. Eh, and I'm not going to allow you to start juicing up the audience. Oh, this is the master strategist. There's nothing.
That cannot be me. That cannot be me that they speak.
That's what you are doing, sir. Maybe you don't realize it.
It
But
can't be me. I'm
as
telling
far as
you
I'm
that somebody is
concerned,
doing something. You have to learn. You have to understand
Boris,
what the person is
relax
doing
now.
and do the better the game. That's just the honest truth.
As far as I'm concerned, right? I believe that, for instance, Tinubu literally said that Jonathan had failed in security. Jonathan had failed in securing the lives of Nigerians. Rallies were held, all of these things were. If this present opposition, because there's one thing that we keep missing out, and me, I'm going to, I don't know whether it's a factor, but there's one thing I believe Odunayo and Aromisa has left out. It is that sentiments always favor the opposition. It does not matter how good the ruling party is. The general populace, right, would always have certain resentment towards the government. It does not matter. So the opposition really has nothing to lose if they go hard,
Okay,
twice as hard.
who will be the narrative?
What?
Who will be the narrative? Who will build that narrative?
That's
You
not
know,
my concern today,
2014,
please.
2015, there
Oh,
were newspaper houses, TV stations, radio stations that were driving this narrative. That drove
are
this
you
narrative.
done?
Then even social media not today very much abundant the way it is today. Not even Twitter spaces we are talking about. So how do you want to drive this discussion? Because people drove the discussion then. And it was not just a mistake, it was deliberate attempt. See, you have to understand these people the way they think, first of all. That's the
I
only way to
think I
beat your
think you are
enemy. Is
missing the
understand.
point of this topic.
Okay, what's your point,
You are
please?
missing the point of this topic, and I'm done explaining myself. You know, nobody is talking about um who should do it, what should do it. We are talking about what this guy did and the lessons the coalition must learn from it. It's as simple as that. Who should do it? Who is going to do it? That's the point. These guys need to start realizing that they need to go band for band with these guys. I'm not here to debate who is going to be doing it or who has the capacity. That's not my concern, Oduayo. So let me move on. Um, just justice for the masses, please.
Deji, you Odunayo in recent time, you understand, in the he is making a whole lot of sense. That is just the truth. But this is it. Can APC be beaten? The answer is yes. But we need to put in a whole lot of work. If you ask me, you understand that what do we need to do? I think we need to be more vocal and that there should be more media coverage. APC, they're very, very vocal during their own time. If you just open radio, good luck must go. You open television, Good luck must go. They get people where they
Sure, you get they were
very, very
everywhere. That's what we are saying. These
they
guys
were
must learn from.
that is what I'm saying. They very, very vocal. And then you understand, they almost bought the whole media. They were APC planted hatred in the minds PDP. Waiting Aribi what said, you understand? If we are going to use their game, then we have to be a step ahead or better than them in their own game. Because the game where APC where we want to use, you understand, and then inventor. The truth of the matter is that Tinubu is scared. Every politician they fear election because it can go either way. Even the best politician they fear election because he cannot come out to tell you that look, oh, I will win. All those things you are hearing will win 2027 is just to work on the minds of people. No politician can categorically beat his chest that I will win the next election because it can go either way. Tinubu is scared. That is the truth. And it is normal for politicians to be scared. You understand? So, but this is it. To me, the lessons, if you ask me, the lesson is we need we need more vocal people on our side and then more media coverage. More media coverage. APC went as far as going outside the shore of Nigeria to run PDP down. We bring back our guest policy. They went that far. The damage was enormous. They damaged even good luck psychologically. The damage was enormous. Not be something that happened 50 years ago. It just happened recently. Many of us did there. Good luck couldn't fight back. So, can APC be beaten? Can they be driven out of Aso Rock with Tinubu? The answer is yes. But we need to come in with our A game. And like to be candid, I like listening to Odunayo because he get one or two things to tell us because he was with them. All these Malame, all these Atiku. I know they were with Tinubu, so they feel preempt him moves. You understand? But of course, you understand politics is dynamic. As the things okay, Tinubu will play this game, he will end up probably moving the queen or the castle or the pawn. Also, it's dynamic, you understand? That is the truth. So, but I think to me, if you ask me, just the media and then we need to be more vocal, saturate all the whole media space, anywhere we see, you understand, and then run them down and run them out of space. That is just my own, 2 cents contribution. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And let's be fair. Let's be fair. As far as social media is concerned, I don't think APC has control of it. That's just me being, you can call me naive, but that's my own opinion, right? I think opposition largely, right? So if you combine, PDP guys, obedient, and who knows, people who are not politically aligned, right? I think they outnumber the APC voices. So if the coalition is going to use social media, which I expect would be a very big tool, because in 2023 we saw how it drove the narrative, right? If the coalition is going, they have to take advantage of it, of the social media space. So that's communication. Now, that's for maybe youths and the younger population. Which hold majority of the voting population anyway. The only tricky part there is that it's usually the adults that come out the most. And where do these adults go? Traditional media, right? And this traditional media, you also have to meet them there. You understand? You have to meet them there, saturate that space as well. Like, like make things. This government is so comfortable, guys. This is definitely one of the most luckiest governments we've ever had in this country. They are too chilled, like they are too relaxed, you know. Anyway, um, I think Odon hasn't really given any submission. It's just like adding to it. So just go
Okay,
on,
let me
Odon.
let me give you my guy. what you're saying is not. I'm always talking about it that we have to be more forceful and more doing things differently, or trying to beat them to the game, right? I agree with you that you must take the good things and improve on it. That's knowledge. That's knowledge. Generally, knowledge is about improving what was existing. You're not creating anything from the abyss of non-existence. So you take what is existing and remodel it or improve on it. I agree with you 100% too. But I agree with you that we're not forceful, right? I agree with you. So I'm looking at how do we make it more remodeling, more creative. That's why I said that we don't have the power of the traditional media, like the TV, the newspaper stands, and everything. We don't have it right now. And we may not have it because people have been able to develop a symbiotic relationship with these persons over the years. And sometimes they take care of them very, very well. Between 2021 to 2022, I was running a radio station in Abuja around this thing. So sometimes when I speak, they'll come and meet me and tell me, say, no, you cannot speak like this, so you cannot go this way. Why? Because the person that is buying the fuel, they use the power, the resisting, it's coming from Aso Rock. So I have to calm down and I look at the way the thing was going. I say, I'm not going to run this thing again, my political shows again. And I stopped running the political shows because I know I have to speak. But what are we going to do differently in terms of matching there? Like I used the word, I said, in those states, Obaseki 2020 election, second term election, Obaseki came forcefully. He did not allow Emoshomole to just win everything. No. You saw when during the COVID-19, he traveled to even Port Harcourt. During the COVID-19, Port Harcourt and did a lot of things. APC removed him from the primary. They say his education is questionable. But what did he do? He left the APC and went to PDP. Everything Oshiomhole spoke against Iseyamu in Edo State was what they just played around. Just they did not make it just played around it. They put on different platforms like a billboards. So if you're there for Benin, you're going to see the billboard with your eyes. Why? Because somebody who told us that this Obaseki guy was the best in after fried rice is now coming out to tell us say Iseyamu is the best thing. And so people came around and dealt with that particular discussion. And if you can remember, I don't know the Lagos slogan. That was when it came out. If you remember, and people like Desmond Elliott came and they said, even Tinubu made a video and said they don't have to be like Lagos, and they don't have to be liberated and all that. People came and said they don't want to be Lagos, and that became a slogan in Benin. Everybody said Lagos. That was why Iseyamu did not do well in that election. You get the point. So these are the issues I'm talking about. So what you have learned about Tinubu, then how do we improve on it? How do you even make what Tinubu has said to show you that he's a hypocrite? He doesn't even believe what he has said. For instance, I watched a video this morning. He said after 2 years and there's no power, that they should not vote for him again. These are things that I feel that we should be transforming into different radio programs and all those things, because that's how you campaign on it. After 4 years, if I don't win, if I don't get light, then remove me. This is campaign material. And there are many campaign material you can use to remove Tinubu, to talk about Tinubu and all that. We're not tapping into it. I agree with you too. But like I said earlier, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong in any sense by mistake. I will not say so. But what I'm saying is, in their own game, there's a way APC play their own game. There's a way they play their own game. And you must understand that that game that they play, they know it very, very well. They know it very, very well. Even Buhari did not play the game where Buhari was running for CPC and the other parties. No, that was an idea of ACN then. So how do we beat them to that game? That's what I asked. That I say you cannot follow them to do that game. But that I can creatively take what they have done and improve on it immediately without trying to wait for them to create news and for you to react to it. What Tinubu have been doing over time is to create news and we react to those news. You get the point? It's to create news that we have to react. We cannot allow anybody to create news for us to react to it. Rather, we should be able to create our own news while they are creating their own news. You get the point? So that's just what I'm saying. Don't allow them to create news for us to follow up or react to those news, because they will be ahead of you. So that's what APC did, and they were creating new news. 2014, they were creating news for that PDP was running behind them. PDP was running behind them. So that's what they are still doing till today. So how do we create news while they are creating their own news so that we can be ahead of them in many ways, even using what they have done and what they are doing as a recompense to be able to work in that sense. So that's just what I'm trying to say in essence. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. So see, don't get me wrong. I know we are saying the same thing, but I'm just, even like you said, you need to do better and do it in a different way. Well, I guess you also still need to know what they did right. And part of what they did, as you have said, is they were creating the news, they were more or less on the offensive, right? And their opposition was playing defensive work, and that's why recently, when was it last week, when Sule Lamido, was it El Rufai, and all these guys spoke like back to back. You could see my APC brothers, chasing shadows, doing defensive work. They were like, they would open space, they would just be lament. I was like, energy. They were so angry. Yeah, I also believe in that. Just the best form of defense is attack. Just be on the offensive. Let them keep chasing you, stay ahead, and keep motivating guy people. But I'm just basically saying that because of the purpose of this space, the title is literally, clear. What were the strategies these guys deployed, and what lessons can be learned? Is as that straightforward. It's not about, okay, they follow what they should follow. It's fine. Maybe that is part of the lessons you are bringing on board, which is don't entirely follow their game, and try to be, better, which is fine. But I would have loved, actually going into details, analyzing the each of these strategies. What were the things they did? How did that work out for them? What did that make PDP do? Did it put PDP in the, like in the defensive mode? How did they react? And then how can the current opposition, learn from it? That's just it's just I don't know. Like I said earlier, people, when they come to you guys come to say, you have what you want to come and say. Doesn't matter what the topic is. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you, though.
Deji, just 30 seconds. Even the stories that Tinubu himself has authored, what has been the response strategy of the opposition? What happened in Benue? I would expecting that the opposition, irrespective of their differences or political expectations or the current negotiation that's going on, they'll bind together and go there and told the people of Yelewa that look, we are coming. We will remove this current inefficient, insensitive, and wicked government because right now they have all the instrument of state resources and power to protect you, but they're not using it. So, because of that dereliction of duty, because they're not doing their jobs well, you can count on us. We are coming and we will make sure that every son and daughter of this community and across the country is protected. They should have said the same thing to the people of Jos. Okay, so but it's not even what you are doing here, Deji. If they can scale this across other media platforms, I can tell you that these guys in the government will not be strolling in and out of their inefficient storehouses. I'm telling you. But what do I know?
Yeah, there's just a lot. There's a lot. I mean, so so a lot of former APC guys are currently in this negotiation, right? We also have a lot of former PDP guys who are currently in this negotiation. So uh, they don't jam each other, right? So I feel like they should even be more strategic compared to 20 this thing. But we don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But my point again for guys who will speak after this, please. I think we've had enough of people straying off the topic. So let's try to be guided. All right, let's move it on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yusuf, please go on.
Hello.
Mr. Nanjabo, you're done.
Okay.
Yusuf, please go on. Okay, my brother Yusuf is not there. Najai boy, go on, go on.
Okay. So thank you, Deji. Um,
firstly, the guy that spoke before or in between Odunayo, is there Aromi Shere or something? I think that guy, from the way he spoke, he was just innocently trying to dilute whatever the spirit, the ginger that this whole thing is trying to build upon. He's just being smart, but he's just smarter than half. That's what I have to say with respect to that. Because if you look at and listen to the way he was just innocently dishing out the points.
I'm sorry, Ninja, but I have to stop you. I think you are new to this space. There's nothing innocent about Arumisa. Please go on.
Nothing innocent. He's just doing his job.
Okay, fine, thank you. Obviously, I'm new, so because for any intelligent person who believes in the spirit of where this whole thing is going to, can't be listening to what he's saying. Okay, fine. So the thing is that the whatever all the points that have been so far marshaled, the strategies. Uh, there is a saying: you can't change a winning team. Not really a team in this sense, but it's a winning strategy. So the strategy that the APC has deployed 2013, 2014, 2015, it's a winning strategy. So why are you going to change it? Obviously, change is constant. So definitely there's going to be a little tweaking left and right here and there to conform with the present reality. Because if you are coming to say bring back our guests in 2013, you said bring back our guests 2010, 2014. There's no way you start saying bring back our guests in 2025, 2026, 2027. So of course that is where comes the change, the little tweaking with the current reality of today. So I don't subscribe to the point of going to invent new strategy when we already have a strategy that is workable. So what is there is that you amplify. We just try as much as possible to amplify whatever strategy that we have identified that it is workable. As for the media, Deji, I think it was Deji that mentioned it that yes, the media as of then is not commercial. Okay, sorry, that there is always a sentiment against the ruling government. That's the way, as a psychologist, that's the way Nigerians are wired. Nigerians are wired to have some level of resentment against the bigger boy in the room. There is that psychological part of Nigerians. I won't say Africans because I have not done that study, but at least with my everyday communication with Nigerians, we are always having that. We always have that resentment. Vast majority of us have that resentment against the bigger boss. So that also transmutes to the government. So whether we like it or not, there is going to be a very big and massive. There is already resentment against the government. So this is something that the opposition is going to cash in on. The media, for those saying traditional media source, that's radio or whatever, in the southern Nigeria, in fact, if you will be surprised that the oldest woman that you never thought have access to Facebook, they do, as of today. They do.
Other people on Facebook and WhatsApp, those
I'm
people.
telling you,
They don't
that
they
is
join
why,
TikTok too. They don't they join
yes,
TikTok too.
yes. So nobody,
TikTok too.
if you are telling me, if you are saying we should go and be concentrating on radio and whatever, man, you may not have the effect that social media is going to give you. So the demography, it has caught up with the demography of the old people. Most of the time, you see the social that WhatsApp that you just mentioned. That is why today, if you those viral files that you see forwarded many times, they are the people that forward them.
Ninja boy, I have to admit something. I think APC are in control of WhatsApp because a lot of the propaganda where APC they spew for Twitter, I dey see na him I dey see pass for WhatsApp. Oh, I swear.
So, 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 the media space should be colonized. Let me use that word by the opposition. The northern Nigerian, fine. It's not just ordinary radio. They are transistor radio. I don't think it's just ordinary FM safe. I don't know, but I know They work very well with the radio and their mosque arrangement. So these things should be well looked at. Saying to change strategy, the strategy that has been mentioned by Deji, the strategy APC used, it is capable, it has the capacity to unseat the present government. Like for some of us here who are truthful to ourselves, knows that the government of the day is already jittery. And if you have identified that your opponent is jittery, the next point, of course, is to ensure that he never wakes from that state. Now they have gone as they will come and say they have all the aids. They know what they are doing. That is why they removed the national chairman. Who told you that they wouldn't have, if everything ought is being equal, they wouldn't have allowed the man to stay and play the card last. But now,
Abio,
because
you don't think it's because of opposition politics they too are trying to adjust?
yes, yes, it is because they are trying to adjust because they are seeing the pressure that is coming. So now the opposition, the likes of the coalition people, don't need to give them any time. Now they have made them to change their chairman, just trying to adjust so that they bring in people to give some level. What they are trying to do, okay, now fine, they want to bring RMK, Rabiu, Musa Kwankwaso. They want to give some level of confidence again to their team. Who told you that they wouldn't have allowed that thing to happen in December? They would have allowed it to happen in December so that at least they will have a lesser time to do whatever they need to do. But now, because of the opposition pressure, they have been conditioned to play the card quickly. Now the question is, which card are they going to play again? Yes, they may have one or two others to play, but you should continue to make them to bring out those their cards early so that you yourself will be able to cover it up. You know. So I commend. I think it was in today's space or a few days ago where somebody mentioned that the fact that the media, the coalition, the meetings and all that has been close knitted. It is very, very important that the meetings that are having continues to be close knitted. Bashir spoke earlier on when he was talking about Erufai, and you gave instance of Oshibanjo. I appreciate. I like the way you Deji. I like the way you approach that issue because you can't say Erufai is bad. So therefore, for you, it is bad. You can never close your eye to it. What of Oshibanjo? Oshibanjo, he said his own is manageable. If it's manageable to you, who says it's manageable to another person? Now the question is, there should be a unanimity, a consensus that whatever it is, let us move first. Some people will say after the whole run, we'll count mine. Let us move first. When we get the trophy, we will know what's up. Before you know, whether we like it or not, the America that we are saying is good today is good today. If you also check when they all started their democracy, whether we like it or not, it also took some level of some time. If successive government, see that they will continue to change them, the Nigerian people will continue to change them. They will sit up, whether we like it or not, and our system will be the ultimate beneficiary. So thank you, everybody. And I want the spirit to continue. We all want a greater and better Nigeria for all of us. Whether we like it or not, we should take away emotion from this business. Emotion, sometimes because I've always been listening, sometimes I will listen anonymously, sometimes I will just listen without making comment. I think this is the first time I'm commenting here, because the way I see some people talking about this whole thing is as if you just want to just suffer again for nothing. Why will you? Today, the 2027 is over 2 years, almost 2 years. Are you saying you are ready to impute your effort, so your effort doesn't matter? That you want to dissipate this level of energy for the next 2 years and you don't mind? Politics is one business, I would say, one business that doesn't have regard for second position. It doesn't have regard for second position. Forget it. Even if it's one vote that the first person used in getting over you. And that is why you listen to Peter Obi some time ago, he mentioned it, that our system does not give room for a stronger opposition because the winner takes it all. Now, if your leader already identified that, you think it's not better for you to at least be in the winning team and see how you can change it. Because whether we like it or not, people that are currently in the opposition today, we are then not part of some of them were part of the APC. So nothing stops you or nothing stop any of us if the opposition as it is, the coalition as it is today, goes ahead to win, even if it's not your candidate that later head the flag and become the president. Nothing stop you from coming to change them. That just like the same way these people that are currently in opposition, forming the coalition, are about to change the current APC people. So who told you that when you come at that time, Nigeria will not move with you? There's possibility that Nigeria will move with you too, and you will become. And it gives you a greater leverage because one, you have had opportunity to also hold one or two positions to say, look at what I did when I was there. So these are the things that we must look at. We must talk to our people, the majorly the obedient people, that we must separate emotion from this business. We must, as a matter of fact, both the article people, we must tell them too that they must separate. It is Nigerian first. It's most Nigerian first. The coalition convention, that is where all action should be targeted to. Go and play your politics there. The convention will be beamed live. If anybody is saying today that you are going to take away money from politics, convention, party convention primaries and all that, we are only deceiving ourselves. Because you need funding, you need money for mobilization, for logistics, so you can't take it away. So if you are ready, bring out the money. Bring it out for your convention, for your hosting, or whatever, logistics, and go and slug it out at the convention ground. The most important thing is that we, people here, and people that are planning and making sure that we build a formidable structure ahead, is to ensure that whatever it takes, delegate selection must be transparent. Not you are hearing tomorrow Enugu delegates has been changed in favor of so A. The other day, the Lagos has been changed. If we win that, if we succeed in ensuring that there is some level of sanity in delegates selection, then come out at the national convention. That is why after 2014, is it 2014 that or 2013 that they did their primary APC? At least everybody, people they supported, because there was some level of sanity in the process. Even though whether we like it or not, we also know people that spent money on behalf of Buhari for that primaries. Well, it was immaterial because money must be spent. So people should not use that to say this person he knows how to spend money. No, there must be an equal. People must be on equal pedestal going into this thing. And please, like I said, we don't need acrimony amongst the Nigerian opposition. So that is why everybody must come out now. Come out now to build the coalition, because it's important you come out now so that you will get your followers amongst the party executives who will go further to elect the national delegates. If you are coming in the middle, you do expect every politician, whether we like it or not, almost everybody that is here today, we all have our various individual interests. We have our individual interests. So you don't expect anybody that is mobilizing, priming his own part to ensure that he has the delegates. He has succeeded in putting the party national ESCOs up to the state that will elect the LGAs. I don't know what the constitution will say, but with respect to this one that will elect a national delegates and the ESCOs, some of the ESCOs who are the state working committees that are national delegates, you don't have, because You sat on the fence in the course of the building opposition, so that at the end of the day, we will not have problem with vast majority of your supporters saying you were rigged that and all that. We don't need that. So that is why everybody must come out. Two people cannot be president at the same time, whether we like it or not. As a matter of time, with time in this country, we will start having younger presidents. But if we don't have the opportunity now, that does not mean that it will not give room for younger people to come on board. So thank you guys, and appreciate everybody. Together we build a formidable Nigeria for all. God bless you.
Question.
Question?
Okay, if this coalition should produce Atiku as the president and Erufai as the vice president, or Amin as the vice president, do you think the coalition will be for the beneficial of Nigerians or just another group of politicians in power?
All right. So there's no need to answer that question
I
because
think so.
that's not.
Exactly. The question is not.
I can,
No, no, there's not even need.
I don't
no,
think
no,
there is
You
Deji,
need
can
because
answer.
you already talked. Let's
Deji,
continue. Let's focus on the topic, and I mean, because this would kind of derail the whole thing, and we're going to go into our back and forth with who is
I'm
who.
not. I'm not. Hold on, guys, please. In Nigeria, but even if you are well versed to answer it, I don't. I don't. I don't want to know the answer. Thank you.
Can I?
That is not what we are talking about.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I don't care. Nothing you say will convince Rahim of anything. So we are talking about strategies on how to unseat these guys. You ask me who they. I
Can
beg
I? Can
Niger
I
boy. Thank
talk?
you very much. No,
Thank you.
please hold on, Kenny.
Thank you.
Hold on, Kenny. Kenny, you need to
Rahim know
calm.
what he's doing. Now leave him make it a laugh. You think say you
Please,
fit toy
guys,
with people
just
brain for here.
let the woman speak. Valerie, please go on.
But I want to beg her because I'm on a run for something. If it's
Mr. Kenny, you
possible.
want the drag mic with woman?
No, no, I don't want to. I want to beg her because I will, if I miss this opportunity, I might drop. But that's up to her. If she wants to
All
go, then
right.
she can go.
All right. Go on quickly then.
Yeah, since after the election, I continue to make some mission about how the people got their news about 2023 election, which shocked everybody. It shocked me. It shocked the people that made the pool on how the people got their news. We touched a little bit. The Geo and the last guy that spoke touched a little bit on it. It shocked everybody that um, that 32%, and they actually made that pool. I believe is in the north. They made it in rural area. I think mostly north, and they found out that 32% of where people get their news was um, from social media after radio. Radio was pulling first, followed by social media. And I'm beginning to understand why that happened. Speaking about, the WhatsApp and then the Facebook and the rest of them now, because, my mom, I could see how they are glued up to social media and how they watch all the videos all the time. So I now began to understand why that pull was true, because when it happened, I didn't even believe it until until now that I'm seeing how that poll was true. So first, we have that. Yes, the Jack. I think I will agree with you to some extent. The APC guy might be on hold of or in control of WhatsApp, which is very big, but that system can be overwhelmed. That system was overwhelmed in 2023, so when it gets overwhelmed, they will not have much product to push out. We will now control the product to push out in the same place. So that's why it's very hard for me to focus on this topic we are having today. Yes, it's very necessary, but it's very hard because I think at this point, the coalition has known each other, has known where they are going at this stage for Tinubu Buhari's time. I think they've known a little bit of the coalition who is coming together and all of that at this time on their own time. So it's the foot dragging is too much for me. The foot dragging. I don't know the exact thing that is holding up this coalition. I don't know what is it. That's what is killing me because had it been they were able to get their act together, they need to do. I mean, it's supposed to have been done yesterday, but I wish they do it as fast as possible. That's what is holding up everything. Um, I used to say always, there is no more new thing to do. Like the last guy that spoke, there's no more new. The template is there, the data is there. All we need is to take the data of Tinubu Buhari data and take the data of 2023 election, combine them together. That's a winning ticket. And what's the advantage? The advantage that we have now is that the people that orchestrated the Tinubu Buhari is now in the coalition, which is Rufai, Atiku, and the rest of them. So they know the little my people said ochao bute ochara osibute anyhow get it by anyhow. They know how that is done. So they are in the coalition. Amechi is there. A lot of some of those guys are already, and many of them will come in when things start, being more formidable. Some of them will come in too. So that is there. The 2023, I will tell you, is controlled by little me that is on the space here. Deji, comrade, everybody that has even 5 followers, because the narrative was completely hijacked. Uh, the narrative was completely hijacked in that 2023. We controlled it. We run that narrative. We were the one making the product that people are, consuming. So that's not a big. I don't think doing it again is a big deal. The only thing that is holding us back now is these guys, whether it's Obi, whether it's Atiku, whether it's Erufai, all of them that is dragging their feet in doing something, and then in going to the areas that is affected with insecurity and everything. I think P2B has done a lot, and these guys in opposition, I feel like they need to do more. He needs support at this point in going to those areas, especially in the north, in going to deliver those messages. But it goes back, the coalition has not known their self. They don't know who is heading it. They don't know which way is going, even up to this moment, in my opinion. So I believe when that is known, then they can focus their firepower in those type of, or their resources in those type of thing, in going to affected areas and telling them we are going to do it better, we're going to do it the other way. These guys are devil, they are demons and whatever. The same way the APC did it in 2014, 2015 election. So I think the biggest focus now is to push these guys to the finish line, to push them to take this to the finish line, and then hand over. I mean, not hand over, but continue with whatever plan they have. They know that happened in that 2015, whatever. If P2B is part of it, is now bring your 2023. What we did is very simple. It's not even hidden. It's not secret. It's just to overwhelm their own, whatever they are doing. We have to do it times 20 to overwhelm them. And lastly is that we have to notice that election has already started. Tinubu is on a full gear. Tinubu has no business with governance as we speak today. Tinubu is full-throated running 2027 election, which is unlike the election in Nigeria before. This is the first time election is starting fully 2 years before the election. This is the first time I have witnessed it. Some other person might disagree, but this is the first time, and I think he's doing this out of jitter. He's doing it out of fear, and he's doing that based on what he experienced in 2023. I think that's what is causing all this fear and jitter everywhere. So we we can take if these oppositions have gathered, put their ass together. I think we can take advantage of that fear that is going on within their camp now, and literally destroy them. But unfortunately, we have not got that going. So my hope and prayer is that these guys, get their act together and do it fast. The other side of it, of what happened in 2023, we can repeat that. I believe we are capable of doing that. I give the mic here. Thank you so much. Oh, Deji, are you still there? I don't know if I got thrown off.
I think Deji is busy. Okay, he's back.
Sorry, Valerie can go on. Okay, if Valerie is not there, AI.
Yeah, I'm here, Deji. Sorry, I didn't hear you calling me. Yeah, hi, Deji. Hi, comrade. Hi, everybody. So, yeah, I didn't start from the beginning, so I don't know if anybody has kind of said what I want to briefly say. So, okay, to talk on the topic, strategies APC used to unseat PDP and lessons for the coalition. Okay, so for me, I just feel like we as the coalition, for example, let me use Labour Party as an example. Okay, now like me that I'm rooting for Peter Obi, maybe, and I want him to use the Labour Party platform to run. So obviously, like I would have advised Labour Party to obviously like get more people from other parties to defect to Labour Party first of all, so that there will be a lot of people in that party and everything together. Should I just say like a big fan base, political fan base, that everybody will be like, oh, yes, Labour Party is what they want and stuff like that. And then also I would advise the candidates to also like get structure from the north, because that's really, really important and stuff like that. So yeah, then my other strategies I would actually use would be, I don't know whether should I say like I'll try and play political games, because APC unseated PDP, it wasn't just like just business as usual. They really used all the tools in their power, in the sense that they actually, like I said in an earlier space, they try to make other parties weak. They try to make PDP weak in different ways, and other parties to make it look like APC is the strongest and stuff like that. So yeah, those are the only things I have to say for now, because I haven't really been listening. But I feel like I've been saying on other spaces, the coalition is not doing enough. To me, the things they've come up with, even if yes, the talks they're having, El-Rufai, Rotimi, Atiku, Peter Obi, and the other people, Malami, all of them, is good. But I don't know whether it's because of they don't want to tell us the strategies. They are having this hush hush kind of situation that it doesn't look like they're really doing a lot. What they're doing is just talks. For example, now Atiku is saying that he's not even part of ADA. I don't understand that part, because in El-Rufai's interview, El-Rufai said yes, they are trying to register Ada, and now Atiku denied it at a point. So I don't know. I feel they're even conflicted, to be honest. And I feel even the coalition, I feel some of them, I feel some of them are even still trying to like, even how would I put it, still support APC or the winning party. I don't even think they're serious. I don't want to mention names. So I don't know why Rhyme is giving me a thumbs down, but yeah, that's what I have now, Deji. Thank you.
All right. So to be fair, yeah, I would have rather you ended where you initially stopped, which was, you not necessarily speaking for the coalition now, but even if, or should I say, anybody looking to unseat the APC, right, must learn and try to adjust their strategies, and you sort of try to you know, associate that with Labour Party. Like if they are gonna be pursuing that route, they should be able to do certain things, which is fair. Again, guys, for those who don't generally agree, some people are on this space. They don't agree with coalition. They don't agree with Labour. They don't agree with anything coalition. You have your own this thing, but whatever your bias is, please stick to the topic, just like Valerie did. Anyway, AI, please go on.
Yes, what's up, Deji, comrade, and everyone on the space. I just shared an update on the Jumbotron. So they have submitted an updated form of the registration pertaining to ADA. So that's the new update. So it looks like they'll be going with ADA. Just wanted to share that updates. And regarding my submission, like I've always said, it's going to take a united front to defeat APC. That's just the truth about it. Atiku can't do it alone, Obi can't do it alone, and so on. If you were to split it, they'll all lose. That's just the truth. So everyone needs to come together. It doesn't like to me, I couldn't care less who is the presidential candidate. I don't care. Some might care, but I don't care. We have a country to rescue. That should be the goal and focus. Everything else comes secondary. I don't care about the turn of this side, the turn of that side. You keep on doing that, APC will just walk into power again. So like that's it. So let's all be focused, and the ultimate goal is to defeat APC. That's the goal right there, and get the country working again. Are you the mic?
To make the country work again.
Can you repeat that? Can you
I
repeat the
said
question
the
again?
goal is not just to unseat APC. The goal is to make Nigeria work again.
Yeah, I
Uh,
said it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So okay, let's move on. Thank you, AI. Um, okay, now Ryan, please go on.
Okay, the last week I said the goal was just to unseat APC. What may I have issue right now is these
No,
people
I
we
said
are.
both. I said both, 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 both. Yeah, both.
Hold
Yeah.
on, please. Hold on, please. Please stick to the topic. Please stay to the topic. If your intention is not to speak to the topic, I am going to politely ask you to just let us move the mic to somebody else. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Let me, Kukuma, use that opportunity to ask Sam Vivo as well. Sam Vivo, do you intend to speak to the topic or not?
Yes, yes, DJ, I'm with you, of course.
Please go on. Yeah, go on, go on. Don't worry,
Okay,
just go on.
all right, okay, thank you very much. I think the tools to actually APC, Obi has it, and yes, there should be a coalition. Well, some want the coalition of the politician, and well, for my own side, we want the coalition of the people. But I'm not going to talk about the coalition of the people. Since we are all talking about the coalition of the political elite, I'll speak in that direction. So I think the coalition do not need to reinvent or create a new strategy. When a strategy is working, all you need to do is adapt it and use it in your own advantage. But there's one thing lacking within these guys who are the opposition. They lack courage. I think they are scared and they don't like to speak front. We must see ourselves for who we are. Nigerians are naturally stubborn. When the opposition is too subtle and too kind to the ruling class, or should I say to the ruling party, the incumbent, they will most times not take you seriously. Okay? So many people have called out Buhari for Buhari was a mob, it was the head of a mob, whether you like it or not, he led a mob, they actually claimed the lives of so many people. But at the end of the day, Buhari got what he wanted. And we have seen this played out over and over again in Nigeria that it is the bullies, it is those who have learned to play dirty. This is why you see that those in the Nigerian economy that are very well influential after the politicians are the political talks, right? Now, what am I trying to point out here? While Obi is playing the opposition, he needs to be more confrontational about his opposition. Yes, Obi is civil, I get that, but he has to be confrontational. Words, let's use this example. And Obi doesn't really need to work with the traditional media. Social media is more than enough to bring him down. When it becomes confrontational, there's something that will trigger. The APC might have to shut his page down. They might have to shut his page down. They might end up shutting the social media down, and that will eventually lead to something that we have all been clamoring for, of course, which is to shake up the system, right? But how will this opposition leader do it? Things like under Tinubu, over 2,000 people have died. It is safe to say that Tinubu is against the life of the Nigerian people. Was like it is right to say Tinubu is against the security of the Nigerian people if under 2 years of his leadership 4,000 people have died. You have the facts. Over 4,000 people have died. And it is safe to say that people are no longer safe under Tinubu. Words like that are what they need to say. While they say these things, okay, they will say they are instigating, right? But this is a fact, they're not instigating. They are only simply amplifying the failures. Another one is you said you take subsidy and then you did this. I mean, the way they will frame it. Nigerians are hungry. You are using, they have to say those things in a confrontational way. We can overemphasize this. And I think it's only people who think maybe because Obi is an Igbo man that will always come forward and defend him for not being confrontational. Or maybe Atiku. I have always seen Atiku as a guy who's just, I think it's just, he has taken this electioneering cycles as his own business. I think there's this reform they give them. Maybe he uses it as his own business. I don't know. Could probably be working for Tinu because he doesn't look like a serious guy to me. The only guy who seems serious, you know, for you guys on the other side, is Peter Obi, but he needs to be more confrontational. He can't be the soft guy. He won't ever get it. Don't be swear. Being soft will not ever give him the power. And there's absolutely nothing wrong for him to be harsh because he's dishing out the harsh facts and truth. It's as simple as that. The Nigerian people must see that conviction in him for them to be ready to die for him. I don't think come 2027, people want to go out there and say they want to go and die for Obi, even if they rig him again. Right? That's the truth. His conviction has to reflect in the people that follow him, people that want to see him there, even the collective Nigerian Southerners that want to have a Southern presidency. Maybe if they push away to those are just the things that need to play out. And he needs to work with that because for as long as he's being gentle, can't you see the way the Bayononu guy, how they attack him? Can't you see the way they attack him? You know, they attack him like in the like child's play. They come at him like big blows, big as in massive blows. And Tinubu has so many loopholes, so many failures that could actually be used against him. But to my surprise, what we see is they are too gentle in their, in their castigation about him. The Nigerian people really need to get angry about these guys. They really need to. And there's nothing like instigation there. It's a democracy. It's a democracy. They can't actually do anything to those guys. You arrest him, you are the one seeking for anarchy. It's as simple as that. Let me eat for now, guys.
All right. Thank you. Um, let's quickly move on. Um, Farmsies, please go on, guys. Please let's stick to the topic. Some people kind of straight off, but it's okay. Some Farmsies,
Yeah,
please go.
Deji, good afternoon, everybody and everybody. See, I don't understand. People don't really understand Nigerian politics. APC did not use any strategy in 2015. Just take it. APC did not use any strategy in 2015. Now, let me tell you what made PDP fail. In 2011, Jonathan was promised to do one thing. In 2015, he reneged and printed one form for himself. Before, prior to 2015, the PDP governors, as at that time, having known that Jonathan did not want to seek presidency, 7 of them were aggrieved, which are Wamako of Sokoto, Yako of Adamawa, Rabiu Kwakwaso of Kano, Ahmed of Kwara, and Amechi of Rivers. Then Sule Lamido said, I will stay back. Sule Lamido and Mwazu of Niger said, I will stay back. Now, these are 7 states. I've called them Sokoto, Kano, Kwara, Niger, 4, Jigawa, 5, Adamawa, 6, and this is 7. Now, apart these 7 states, 6 are in the north. It is just only one that is in the south, which is that of Amechi. Buhari used to win those 6 states convincingly. Buhari used to win those 6 states convincingly. But the problem that because of these governors that are there, Jonathan normally gets, apart from Kanu, where he loses woefully, Jonathan normally gets above 30% of the votes, which is about 30 to 40% of the votes. Even if Buhari is going to win with 60-something percent, Jonathan will still get 30-something percent of the votes. And when these 7 governors decided to join Buhari, you know that the North is finished. The North is finished. If you check the South, there's nowhere apart from Edo State. The South has 3 regions: Southwest, Southeast, and South-South. Tinubu, being a smart politician, knows fully well that if I merge with Buhari, that I will bring Jonathan out. Now go and check South-South and Southeast results. Apart from Edo State, Buhari did not get 5% in any of the South-South and Southeast states. None. None. Does it mean that Buhari, the message did not get to the South-South? The issue is that Nigeria still run politics of religion and regions. Take it or leave it. If you go and bring an article for this 2023 election, you have lost the election. You have lost it. You are still making the same mistake that the Labour Party did when we advised them. Don't take this guy. He's from Edo South. Let us go to Edo Central. He's from Edo South. What do you call him? This former Akpata. Don't take him. Take somebody from Esa District, which is Edo Central. But he did say they refused. Akpata ran all the social media space, but what did he get at the field? 32,000 votes. 32,000 votes. That's what he got. Does it mean Obi came to Edo State more than 10 times? I mean, 4 times to campaign. But when he got to the election, the people still remember that religion plays a role in politics. So Tinubu was a smart person. He knows fully well that these governors have been angry, power machine to the north. And he knows that these governors, they give Jonathan victory a little bit, not victory, they reduce the percentage votes. Now, when they are leaving, that means you have kept a huge gap. It's just like, for example, the election in Edo State, when Obaseki decamped to the PDP, and Shaibu said he's staying in the PDP. When PDP went to election with APC, with Oshomole is very strong in the Edo North. But you know what? Because of the deputy governor, Shaibu, even though they lost the election, he reduced the gap. He reduced the gap by which Oshomole would have won a landslide. Like even Esako West, you see him getting APC will be getting 34,000, he will get 27,000. But before, they don't even get up to 10,000 votes. So Tinubu was smart. So he knew that the North have already galvanized towards Buhari. So what do? Let us form a coalition. Let me bring some of our Southwest. Go and check the 2015 results. Ekiti State even went to Jonathan. Ekiti State went to Jonathan. Because Fayoshe was there. Ekiti State went to Jonathan. Tinubu, how many votes did he even bring in Lagos? In Lagos, Jonathan almost defeated them. In Lagos, Jonathan almost defeated Tinubu. So what strategy did he bring? It was just because they said power should shift to the north. And Buhari has this major vote. So what he needed was just some few scattered votes before. Buhari will win 12 states and get 5% in the whole of South, which is over 17 states. He will not get up to 5%. So now, when the Southwest now merge with him, and mind you, the North Central, Kwara, and some other states, Niger and other North Central, they are also angry with Jonathan. So all of them push. These are states that Jonathan will win. Jonathan will win Kwara. But now Kwara governor has gone. Saraki has gone. So Jonathan was crippled. So he could only rely from the south, south, and southeast. And that is where he lost. Although he won Plateau and Nasarawa, he won Nasarawa. Why? Because he's more of Christian community. And he won Plateau also because of Christian community. They didn't like this thing. Then I think Taraba also because of this government. Now, 2020 election was one of the most defining elections. That is why if you leave APC to today, they will keep discussing about P2B.
All right, all right.
Because do you
So
know why?
so farms
Do you know why?
is
Yes. Let
farms
me
is. Can you hear
let
me?
me land. Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
All right, land.
Okay, let me land. 2020 election is defined. No, why? Because for the first time, Nigerian youths came out. Nigerian youths are not normally part of elections. Elections was just done by leaders having people coming to greet them. Okay, you vote for PDP, you vote for APC. That's how the Nigerian. But this was the first time Nigerian youth came out, defied the odds, and said, "No, we want to select our one candidate." I get it, and that is where they overwhelm these politicians and their psychophans running around them. Now, for this 2023 election, if you select a northern candidate, you see that power should remain in the south. That northern candidate will fail. Just take it or leave it. Now, if you come to the south, Peter
All
Obi
right.
is more acceptable.
Farms
Now,
is.
we
Thank
need
you.
somebody from the north
Can you
who
hear
is
me,
very
farms?
strong. Okay, I can hear you. I
I'm
can
not
hear you.
here to talk about where power has to shift.
That if you are not here to, that means how can you
Again,
win
it
election
looks
without
like
power?
it looks like everybody has something. What you were here for like how many minutes before you spoke?
Mm-hmm.
You know how the conversation was going,
Yes.
but you had your own mind. This thing. If for your own in your own view, you feel that
Yeah.
the only strategy that coalition must think about to win the this Tinubu government is to adequately seed the leader of the ticket to a you know the region of your choice, and that is all it will take. That is the only thing
See,
Nigerians think
Deji,
about,
Deji,
right?
Deji.
Please hold on. I'm
Okay.
not trying to argue.
Yeah.
That is the only thing Nigerians worry about. Just make sure you put the candidate in the region you that would meet their sentiments. Every other thing will work together. You just go and
No,
sleep. You've
no,
won the
no.
election.
If you bring somebody from the south, you have to bring somebody that can muster the vote from the north. That is number one. It's not just bringing anybody from the north. It's not just bringing anybody from the
All
north.
right. All right.
Somebody
So
that is
again,
a more fanatic from the north.
all right. Thank you. Thank you,
That's what you need.
Francis. I think we'll just move
And
on.
he spoke
You
about a Joe
completely
election.
you
I just
completely
a laugh.
missed the point I was trying to make. My point is just so that you realize, unless you're just so hard on it, that that's all a coalition needs to do to beat Tinubu. As far as you put the weather is according to you now Southern, okay. As far as they put Southern, that is the winning formula. Nothing else. They can go and sleep. Just make sure you choose the right people. And if you agree, Because my point is not for us to be debating on who they should put, because we understand that there are so many things that goes into that. The point here is that what are the other strategies? What are the things the opposition must do to make sure this guy is kicked out? But you are more interested in that, which is fine. But I'm bored already. Let's move on. Um, to Kwana.
Yeah, thank you so much, DG. And thank you to all the people who are on the platform. Uh, I listened to the last speaker and I followed through. And one of the things I noticed, maybe he didn't get something correctly. He began by saying there wasn't a strategy. And I saw him also talking about a strategy. I think
Sure, you
whether
get.
we like it or not, yeah, he was talking about whether no matter how minute it might look, it's a strategy, and that's basically strategies are not must not be one big bring down the planet thing. It's just a simple thing. Sometimes it's a simple move that could shift the needle. Is that right? So what we're saying is, what are some of the strategies used to unseat PDP? And what are the lessons for the coalition? And one of the things he mentioned was basically that alignment. Is that right? It's about alignment. So what alignment is critical. And I don't want to talk about that, but it's a simple thing that we all know. So, and I believe the coalition is working on that to see how they can make the right kind of alignments. The second thing is messaging, and I think he talked about it and many other people talked about it, but consistent messaging is critical because if you look at the strategies APC used to unseat PDP, there was something about consistent messaging. What I see so much right now is too many messages. Too many. So there's something we call mixed messages. When we talk about campaign, when you send too many mixed messages, the people are confused. The idea is that you want to be able to create what we call like memes in the hearts of people. Like somebody should be able to say in one simple sentence why they are convinced they are going to vote for the coalition. It should not be something complex. It should not be too many things. I wanted to just go back a little to bring some of the strategies used to unseat the PDP. It was simple. Most of the people, I mean, the core people within the strategic APC coalition, most of them brought something, whether it's Tinubu, whether it's Buhari, no matter how you look at them, they brought something to the table. And that's one of the things I'm critical about. So when I look at the present coalition, I'm asking, what are they bringing to the table? So what's the critical message that Obi is bringing? What's the critical message that Atiku is bringing and the other people? Because it's not just, if you say you have a following, what is keeping your following? A message you're giving them. Now, the idea is that we must be able to identify what are those core messages, what are those critical messages that these people are bringing. For example, when I look at Peter Obi, I see a lot of economic messaging, consumption to production, and a couple of things, tied to that. Frugality when it comes to governance and other kind of things, and I understand that. And I'm saying, okay, so how do we do two things? How do we pick from the present administration, because it's attack and defense. How do we pick from this part of this government, the present government, and say, okay, these are some of the areas they are failing within the economy, critical areas that that the average person, the average human being we can speak to, the average human being, and they'll be able to identify that truly I am going through this, truly I'm suffering based on this, and truly I need something that will save me from this. Now, security is one critical area. Now, when I look at the coalition, I don't see who is bringing that aspect of security into it. Who is saying my critical message is, oh, there's insecurity in Nigeria, and there's this and this and this, and I want to stamp on that, and that is what we want to be able to fix when we come into power. Now, when you look at Buhari, because I'm going to PDP APC thing. You look at Buhari came up with some things. What was it? He said he was the man with integrity. Whether we like it or not, that was what sold. He came with that particular piece. There were people who believed him 100% that he was the man with integrity, honesty, and everything. What did people like Tinubu bring? Strategy. Whether we think he's strategic or not, he said he was the guy who had all of those things. So what I'm saying is this particular coalition must learn from that it's not just the coming of politicians together. Oh, you're a big name, and then we bring you together. It's that we must be able to now say, okay, as these big names are coming in, what are they bringing in? And then how do we merge and mash up these messages so that they can be able to make a resounding echo in the hearts of people. Because remember, it's the people. The people will mean a lot. Forget the fact that we have some challenges with the system of our electoral system or other things. But if the message is loud enough, if the message resonates enough, if the people can be able to say these things like they mean it, from their heart, then it passes. I mean, we can take some little example from the American elections. When you see a Trump against the Biden, it was not so much about talking too much. It's about there were critical messages that were said. It was consistent. They weren't changing. They weren't saying, "Oh, another thing has happened, so we are going to shift our message." No, there were some messages that were consistent. Even when facts changed, those messages remained. So for example, for Biden, it was the issue of his health. It was critical. It was something that they had gotten, and they had to hammer on it no matter what. Even when Biden came out and was doing well a little, showing that he was healthy enough, they were still hitting on it. People will not believe, but they stood by that message. Now, what